What's up, you guys? Doing another Marvel Legends action figure review. This time I'm doing my review on the Marvel Studios first 10 years Marvel Legends Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man. You can get this at anywhere you find it, basically, and you can order it online. I recommend Big Bad Toy Store, but I'm not sponsored, so you know. Anyway, these are amazing figures, and I do enjoy the accessories, so let's get to the accessories. The only accessory that this 2-pack has is a Paul Rudd head sculpt, and God, that looks a lot like Paul Rudd. I do enjoy that head sculpt. I love that head sculpt. I am planning on getting the Ant-Man and the Wasp Ant-Man figure, just so I can collect the Cull Obsidian, especially now since they're gonna give us the whole Children of Thanos type of thing. So you know, it would work out fine if I buy them, because in the end I am gonna get what I want. So yeah, I am gonna buy it. It's not a waste of money, especially if you want to have, you know, those figures and everything. But look at the head sculpt. It's nice. I do love it. It's got like a little 5 o'clock shadow there. It's quite nice. The eyebrows I like. They're like the little wrinkles that you see here, little wrinkles there. Mine came with a scratch mark. You guys can see it, but you know. Love the detailing in the hair. It looks exactly like how Paul Rudd would have it. Of course, ears, earlobe. It's the bottom of the head. Yeah. So switching the head sculpts is kind of easy. Or not kind of, but it is easy. So all you do is you grab the Ant-Man figure, right? So you grab the Ant-Man figure, you just pop it off, standard, and then you just pop it on. And there you have the Paul Rudd head sculpt on the Ant-Man figure. Let me adjust my camera. So there you have the Paul Rudd head sculpt on the Ant-Man figure. So I think that's quite nice, and I do like it, and I do love how it looks like a lot like Paul Rudd. This is probably one of my favorite head sculpts, other than the Doctor Strange that we had gotten. I did review the Doctor Strange 3-pack for the Marvel Studios first 10 years. Doctor Strange, Iron Man, and Thanos. So if you guys want to go see that review, go ahead and see it. But of course, here you can see that head sculpt is nice, and I do enjoy the photo tech that they're using for these new action figures. What I really want is a Robert Downey Jr. lookalike, and I don't know. That's something I'd like to see. I don't think the first 10-year Marvel Legends Studios. First 10-year Marvel Universe or Marvel Studios 2-pack, which was the Tony Stark and Mark 1, actually look like Robert Downey Jr., but you know, I don't think it looks like Robert Downey Jr. I mean, you kind of see the likeness of Robert Downey Jr. Oh, there goes Ant-Man. Kind of see the likeness of Robert Downey Jr., but you don't see it fully. You know what I mean? So I just hope that they give him like a more newer head sculpt. I don't know. That would be just my opinion. But we do get something new with this. That is the only accessory, by the way. The new thing we get with this figure set is a new Yellow Jacket, which is probably one of my favorite Yellow Jacket figures, of course, because it is the only one that's out there. But I wish that it came with an interchangeable head sculpt of the main villain of Ant-Man. It is a nice figure, especially for being the first Yellow Jacket figure, but this is removable, so you can take this off of the figure. Let me move the figure aside. Then you can see the detailing that they sculpted in. I do enjoy that. It even has articulation, which I thought wouldn't have articulation, but it does have articulation. But let's just take a look at the sculpted detail. This is nice. Do love it. It's hollow inside, by the way, so you know, not a lot of stuff that you can have. But the articulation with this pack goes down. That hinge goes down and up, right? Then it has another hinge right here that also goes down and up. So your decision. And then it has one last hinge there that goes up and down, and then there it hinges as well, but no hinge over here. So just this one can go around. Both arms do that are right here. I don't remember him having 4 arms, but I thought it was more. But then these also hinge up and down. So that one hinges up, that one hinges down, or they both do that, and then you can circle it around or pivot to the corner you know, to one side or to the other. But you have limited choices to do with the articulation. Now this one, of course, does come with a peg in the back of the hole, or there's a hole in the back of the figure, so you just plug it in, and there fits the backpack that Yellow Jacket has. I tend to pose him more with his arms facing out like that. You know, you can do however you wish. I posed him like this in the beginning of the video, you know, which looks like he's about to sting Ant-Man or whatever. I mean, it's up to you. Truly is up to you. But you know, I wish that they gave us like a little blaster effect that would come out through here or something, you know, especially since this is the first Yellow Jacket figure that we've seen from Hasbro. So other than that, I do enjoy this backpack piece. So the head sculpt really reminds me a lot of Yellow Jacket. Let me zoom in. Head sculpt really reminds me a lot of Yellow Jacket, which is quite nice. I do like the translucent yellow plastic that they chose to use. You can see the eyes in the back. You can see the mouth piece in the back. Kind of looks like a jack-o'-lantern. I don't know if you guys kind of see it, but I do like the look that it has, especially since they gave us that clear yellow plastic. I thought that was pretty nice. There's sculpted detail on this figure that I also like. It's like a hexagonic pattern, so that's nice as well. I do enjoy that, and the hexagonic pattern goes on and on, except the back, of course. The back has these lines and ridges, so that's quite nice as well. So, but the hexagonic pattern also goes down to the feet, so it goes all the way down the leg. So you have it on the thigh, and then it goes down to the leg. And the feet, the foot have parts of yellow, but not the hexagonic piece. This is a nice sculpt that they had. This kind of looks like gun holster, but you know, if you've seen the movie, you know that he doesn't have guns. Other than that, I do like this, especially for being the first Yellow Jacket, not Wasp, figure. Let's take a look at the gloves. It kind of looks like he has a gauntlet there, which I like that they... I think he does have a gauntlet, which I like that they kind of separated there. I wish that they had a different color to separate the gauntlet, but other than that, I kind of like it because it's one piece. So, yeah. To be honest, I wonder how they pee in these superhero suits, or supervillains suits, right? It's kind of like, how does the superhero or supervillain find the chance to pee or, you know, do something that they need to? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. So for articulation, this figure does look up a fair amount, which is quite great. You know, he looks up that much. He looks down this much. His head does pivot side to side. A little bit of pivot, not that much. He doesn't have any neck articulation, but his arm does move out that far. Moves in that far, rotates 360, has an upper arm cut that swivels, right? Has double jointed elbows, which is nice. I do enjoy that. So it's kind of like as if he can have a cell phone there or something, you know, talking to Hydra or whatever. So I do like that. His hands do hinge up and down, which is cool. They do rotate 360, both of them. He has an ab crunch that goes down not that far. I wish that it went farther than that. Ab crunch that goes back more so. Waist swivel, his leg does kick out that far, leg kicks back that far, has an upper thigh cut, I'm guessing that's the thigh, but upper thigh cut, has double jointed knees, no boot rotation, ankle does move down, moves up, and he has ankle pivot. The head sculpt, they also come with these miniaturized them. I can't find the Ant-Man at the moment, but I will show it on my next review if I do end up finding it. But these are small. You can see how little they are. They're easy to lose, so just be careful. But I like how this Yellow Jacket came out. Nice little... I don't know what these are. They're not tentacles. They're not like Doc Ock. But nice little buzzers or nice little stingers that I like. He has like a full-on punching thing. We have seen this before. We saw it with the first Ant-Man figure that came out, so that's nice. And if there was a Yellow Jacket figure, I am sorry. Just correct me, I guess, in the comments. But, you know, this is a nice Yellow Jacket Of course, it's not gonna have the sculpted in detail, but you know, it's nice to have as well. So you can just go ahead and pose him or whatever you want. But he will not stand by himself. That's one thing that sucks about this little figure. Neither will the Ant-Man that I lost. I will find him though. This is the Ant-Man figure. We have seen this body mold before, however there are minor differences, especially with the head sculpt. The head sculpt is something new that we have not seen before actually. I think what they were aiming for was with, many people didn't like the old head sculpt because it wasn't film accurate. I think what they were aiming for was kind of like something like this, you know, where it's kind of open, and then whenever he's gonna use it, he just closes it up. I know it's kind of weird, but I think that's what they were aiming for. That's just my belief. However, if they were aiming for that, then why weren't the eyes open? You know, there are things that contradict what I was saying. But this is a new head sculpt that we have not seen before. I don't think of, but it is fairly new, and I do enjoy this head sculpt. It just blows me away on how nice it looks. I know that there's some wire here that would have made it film accurate. Wait, let me just go ahead and there's some wire there that would have made it film accurate and stuff. But this is a different head sculpt from the Civil War and the Ant-Man and the Wasp. Well, they're two whole different suits. So, yeah. The only new part is this textured, this texture that they added. They added a new sculpting that I think actually looks nice, you see. The old original Ant-Man figure actually has it smooth, so this whole thing is smooth in the old original one. But other than that, nothing has actually changed. It's kind of like he's big, right? He's Godzilla, he's gonna kill everybody. But nothing other than that has changed in reality. It's just sculpting problems, or sculpting that they have done. But I love the paint that they added here and there, everywhere. I thought one of them was supposed to be blue. I thought one side was supposed to be blue. But other than that, that's fine, I guess. But they also added sculpted detail here, which looks nice. I do love the gray or silver, or whatever the color is. It's nice. I do like it. So for articulation, this figure does look up that much, which is nice. I wish it looked up more, but this thing hinders the articulation. So, but it does look down more than up. No head pivot, or well, yeah, tiny bit of head pivoting. Rotates 360. Arm does go 360 full route. Arm does move out that far. Goes back in. Upper arm swivel. Double jointed elbows. Hinges up and down. The hand hinges up and down. No wrist rotation. Or no, there is wrist rotation, but no gauntlet rotation, which is okay, I guess. Especially since it's like you're gonna have two rotations. But anyway, he has an ab crunch that doesn't go far in. He has an ab crunch that goes farther back. So that's quite nice, I'm guessing. I don't know what poses you're gonna have him in. But he does rotate a whole 360. He has waist swivel. His leg does kick forward that much. Kicks back not a lot. I don't think it kicks back that at all. Has an upper thigh cut. He has double jointed knees. His ankle does move down. Doesn't move up that much. And he has ankle pivot. So here's the movie Ant-Man compared to the comic book Ant-Man. This is from the Vintage Wave, and I have reviewed this figure already. So I'm thinking about how it looks if I swap their heads. So let's go ahead and swap their heads. So, the head is too big, the peg is too small for this one to fit onto the Vintage Wave Ant-Man. However, I think I kind of like that. Let me see. I think I kind of like that. I don't know, it's It's just me that kind of likes it. It's kind of weird, right? Let's see if the Paul Rudd actually... You know what? I didn't try that out. Well, no, it's from the same figure, so of course it's not going to fit. But just imagine a Paul Rudd head sculpt fitting on the vintage wave Ant-Man. Wouldn't that look nice? But, you know, it doesn't fit in there. So here's movie Ant-Man compared to Iron Man Mark L and Doctor Strange from the Infinity War pack. Of course, this is not from the same movie line, and it is not from the toy. I'm sorry for the Hank Pym no, not Hank Pym, Scott Lang head sculpt. I'm sorry. I wish that they gave us a Wasp from the old costume, the old Wasp. Anyway, I was gonna say I wish that they gave us a Hank Pym suit, but that is kind of the Hank Pym suit, right? You know, other than that, I think he scales out right. I kind of like the scaling to him. I didn't get the Captain America Civil War figure. I will soon get the 2-pack, or I am planning on getting the 2-pack Civil War, Crossbones and Captain America. But, you know, I'm going to probably pose him with Ant-Man holding his shoulders and, you know, or whatever. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about this scene where he's like, "Oh, you're Captain America. You're strong. You know what I mean?" That was a funny scene that we saw in Captain America Civil War. But this is the Age of Ultron Captain America. So let me go ahead and fix it, and we'll go ahead and see the height difference between them. So here's the height difference between Captain America and Ant-Man. It's kind of... who's taller? I think Ant-Man beats Captain America a bit. They're kind of the same height. I don't see it that much. But they are kind of the same height. And why not, since they're about to meet in Avengers Endgame? Here is the Thanos and Ant-Man compared to the height difference between Thanos and Ant-Man. Do I like it? Yes, I actually do. I like that Thanos is a big character, so, you know, it would look better if he was a bit smaller, but not too small. I don't have a Spider-Man Homecoming. You see, I think that's a perfect size for him. For Ant-Man, no, not a perfect size for Ant-Man. I think that's a perfect size for a regular character. I think that's a perfect size for a regular human, which Scott Lang is. And you got to remember, Captain America is a super soldier that was made by Hydra. So I kind of think that Captain America, since they used the same body mold for the Civil War one, I wish that it was bigger. However, I do not have the Captain America one for Infinity War, which I am planning on getting later. But this isn't the Civil War Captain America or Infinity War Captain America. This is the Ant-Man review. So I do like the height difference between all of them, especially with the Captain America. It kind of gives it a nice feel to it. So let me just go ahead and place them there. Damn it, these feet. Okay, so let me go place them there. So you can see the height differences between all of them. And you can see through here that I thought, well, yeah, Doctor Strange is the shortest, but he's the same height as Ant-Man, and you can't clearly see that, so they're kind of the same height, which I kind of like as well, because as I said before, they're both regular human beings. If you're going to use a suit, I expect him to be that tall, or if you're going to be a super soldier, I expect you to be taller than what Captain America is, you know what I mean? It's kind of strange, but both of these are... You get it, strange. But both of these are regular humans in the MCU, so I do like that. Here is Yellow Jacket compared to Thanos. I kind of like the height difference between them. As I said, he's wearing a suit, so he should be as tall as Iron Man. However, he's kind of wearing the same suit as Scott Lang, so I do feel that he should be as tall as Scott Lang. But he is taller than Scott Lang, which I do like as well. What is it about villains being taller than the regular person? It's kind of strange, right? Am I right? Am I right? Anyway, so these are both of them compared. And I do not have many villain Marvel Legends 6-inch figures, but I do have these two, or should I say these three, I do have Proxima Midnight. So that one's coming up. No, I kind of don't. Now that I'm looking at it more, I don't like the height difference. I think Proxima Midnight should be a bit taller than Yellow Jacket. Especially since she's kind of taller than all of the other heroes. So she's taller than, what's his name? Iron Man. Forgot Iron Man's name for some reason. Wow. And she's a bit taller, or no, she's way taller than Antman. But I think she could be taller. Wasn't she taller in the movie? Or wasn't she taller than an average human, right? I mean, she is taller there. She is taller than an average human or an average Marvel legend. But I think she should be a bit taller, like up to here. And if you're going to bring her height up, I think you should bring Thanos' height up as well. But, you know, I do like the height difference between her and a regular human. However, that I do not like. Did I enjoy this action figure set? Yes, I did. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do. Especially for the Paul Rudd head sculpt. This is probably one of the best Paul Rudd head sculpts out there. But other than that, I do recommend this 2-pack. It is one of the greatest 2-pack that I've had. I've had so much fun posing them around, and I did take pictures, which I do enjoy taking, especially with the Paul Rudd head sculpts. My God, they were amazing. Just imagine all of the Avengers just meeting each other, and then just, oh my God, I can't wait for Endgame. I truly can't wait. But I do recommend it. You guys do know the procedure that I am going to say. Go ahead and like this video if you did enjoy liking it. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I do try to make as much content as I can. It is very difficult for me, especially since these figures are kind of expensive. But you know, I do recommend this pack, this 2-pack, and I will try to get more 6-inch figures. I did get another 3 3/4 inch 2-pack, which I will review soon. I'm not sure when, but I will review them soon, and I will review them out for you guys. Go ahead and share this video as well if you think it's shareable or if you like it. And hey, that's the subscribe button. Go ahead and click it. Alright, bye guys.